I'm going to be breaking down the entirety of the UFC Fight Night Burns versus Morales card this weekend, starting at the very first fight of the card, going all the way to the main event of Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Let's start with Luana Pinheiro versus Tesha Pennington. I don't understand why we're starting with WMMA so many weeks in a row. Luana Pinheiro is awful. Her only 4 losses have come in her last 4 fights. Tesha Pennington's not good either. I'm not going to watch this fight. Yes, I will. I don't know, man. It's all right. It's whatever. Luana Pinheiro, gonna lose. Tesha Pennington, gonna win. It'll be boring. It'll be decision. Typical women's WMMA boring-ass decision. And don't get me wrong. That Valentina Shevchenko fight was good. All right? It was a banger. Shevchenko and Fiorot was a banger. I was there. I would know. This one is not. Not all WMMA is bad. This one is. This one is bad. Let's continue. Hyun Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. Hyun Sung Park, undefeated. I don't know who either of these guys are. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Hyun Sung Park, I guess they both fought in the UFC before. I don't know them. He's from Road to UFC, probably lost, or he won Road to UFC, hasn't lost before. I don't know what I'm talking about. Won Road to UFC. I don't give a fuck, bro. This card is like... Man, this card is not that good. This card has like 3 good fights. Why? Why did they make this card? Why did they make this card? I don't care. Denise Gomez versus Elise Reed. I don't care. Denise Gomez, I think she got a crazy knockout or something, unless that's not her. It's not. She beat Karolina Kowalkiewicz in 2024 by decision. Elise Reed, what did you do? You beat Jessica Penne in 2024 by decision. I mean... How are you going to decision with 2 of the most washed individuals in the entire company? Carlos Hernandez, I'm going back a fight because I just can't even fathom Elise Reed versus Denise Gomez. I can't even fathom it right now. Neck tattoo, by the way. I don't care. Hyun Sung Park, he won Road to UFC. They've been doing pretty well. I know I was talking a little bit of shit about him, but they've been doing pretty well. So Hyun Sung Park is going to win this fight. I don't know how. He's just going to win it. Denise Gomez versus Elise Reed. Again, bro, like... Neck tattoo, I guess. We'll go with Denise Gomez by decision. Boring. Next, Luana Santos versus Tainara Lisboa. Honestly, not a big Lisboa hater. She's decent. I don't hate Luana Santos either. I couldn't tell you either of them wins. Either of them who they beat. Ravina Oliveira. I don't know who that is. Who did Luana Santos beat? She lost to Casey O'Neill. That's actually a good loss to have. That's a good loss. This is going to be a fast video, I'll tell you what. This is oh my fucking God, bro. Luana Santos just lost to Casey O'Neill. That's a good loss to have, but I went to decision, so decent. I don't know. I don't know either of these people, man. Let's go Luana Santos. She's going to get it done by decision. Fucking... Okay, we have a good fight coming up. We have a good fight dude. I'm going to be honest with you. I learned today that there was a card this week, and I thought it was an off week. I mixed up next week and this week. I thought that this week was an off week. It isn't. So, I'll make a video, though. I'll make like maybe a Sunday video, and then a Wednesday, and then a Friday. How's that sound? 2 tier lists, though. Sunday and Friday are tier list. Wednesday is news. Sound good? Cool. Love to see it. We continue. Connor Matthews versus Yadir Deval. Did Deval fight on the Contender Series? I didn't know. I didn't know recently. Yeah, he got a decision win on the Contender Series over Antonio Montero. That dude's from the Lil Nas X song, I think. Anyways, UFC jitters are real. He couldn't finish the guy in the Contender Series. That's usually a pretty easy matchup for whoever they want to win. Conor Matthews, though, where do I know him from? I feel like I recognize the name. Lost to Jose Delgado. Lost to Dennis. Holy shit, dude. Dennis Bazooka? Is that how you say that, his name? I know the guy. I just don't remember how to say his name. He's not even in the UFC anymore. Got knocked out by him, Conor Matthews? Okay, yeah. Davale. They're trying to hype him up. Make him into... Davale by knockout. 145. I've been recording 7 minutes. We're already getting near in the main card. I have nothing to say about any of these fights because they're bad. I do want to make a video, actually, about the UFC quality issue. We're facing a quality issue right now. Or maybe both. A quality issue mixed with a quantity issue. I like having 11 weeks in a row of fighting. Don't get me wrong. But when, the first 5 fights are people I don't know or care about on a 12-fight card, what is it, 12 fights? 12-fight card. I don't care. I'm not going to watch the entire, I'm going to, but they don't mean anything to me. These fights don't mean anything to me. I get you're trying to build the next stars and everything, but putting 5, I said I was going to make a video about it, and now I'm talking about it right now, which is fine because I have to fill time in this video regardless. Putting 5 people that, dude, the 5th fight is a guy making his debut. Are we serious? That means the 4 people below him have less hype than the guy making his debut. That's what it, should mean. I'm not sure that they actually do it like that, but... bro. It's just, we don't need to have a card this weekend. We can put Gilbert Burns on the 315 card and not have a card this weekend and stack other cards. I understand it's a fight night. It's not a pay-per-view. We don't need that, how else you're going to build the names, I guess, but, bro, spread them out, maybe. We didn't need a card this weekend. I'm happy to be able to watch fighting, but when the first 5 fights of the card are people that I've never heard of, I've heard of them. I've seen them fight. I've seen Elise Reed fight. I've seen Lisboa fight. I've seen Luana Pinheiro fight. Right? I've seen Conor Matthews, seen Luana Santos, but I don't care about watching them fight. They're not hype trains. They're nobody that I want to see fight, and those are the first 5 fights of the card. So the first, what is that? 2.5 hours? 30 hour, 130, 2 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours are shit I don't care about. And then you want the rest of the card to be it's not even that good, the rest of the card. Next fight is Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. Who cares? Jared Gordon got robbed by Patty. And Thiago Moises is washed. What more can I say? He just beat Trey Ogden in a boring-ass decision. I remember that fight. Lost to Ludovic Klein. Good loss to have. Lost to Benoit Saint-Denis. Decent loss to have. Beat Mitch Ramirez. That guy sucks. I don't care. Bro. This fight is decent. I do know both these guys. I don't hate both these guys. Pardon me, I burped. But it's just very frustrating. This is the 6th fight on the card. This is 3 hours into the card, and I'm getting people that I know. No one's going, oh, I'm hyped for the Conor Matthews fight this weekend. Maybe his family, but even they're probably more interested in Gilbert Burns, Michael Morales. We'll get to Gilbert Burns because I do have some things to say about him. I've been seeing he's not as washed as we think, and I agree. But I've never said he was washed. Anyways, let me take a step back. We'll get there. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. Gonna go, I don't even fucking know. Thiago Moises by decision. I feel Jared Gordon is he's just gonna get kind of pieced up on the cage by Thiago Moises for 15 minutes. Might shoot a shitty takedown or two, but Thiago Moises, again, neither of them are very exciting fighters. He's probably just, but he's kind of chinny, but Jared Gordon doesn't have power to put people away. What was his last fight even? Wasn't it canceled? I thought he was supposed to fight. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Ruziboev in February. And Cowboy Fernandez as well, but both of them then lost a split decision to Nasrat Haqparast, which is honestly a decent loss. That's a really good loss. To go to a split decision with Nasrat Haqparast, it's all right. Beat Mark Madsen. I know Mark Madsen, but like not really. Who is he? What does he look like? I did not think he was bald. But yeah, no contest with King Green. Lost to Paddy Pimblett, right? So, and that was a robbery against Paddy. Let's be honest here. It was just a blatant robbery. He won that fucking fight. I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. Might have been somebody else who got robbed by Paddy, but I'm pretty sure it was Jared Gordon got robbed by Paddy bad. But I also don't think he's just... That's an extremely lucky performance in his career. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's like a crazy knockout artist. And I think Thiago Moises is probably just going to piece him up along the fence. And it'll be pretty boring. You know, maybe a big moment here or there, but nothing too crazy. I don't expect a knockout in this fight. I'm going to eat my words. Jared Gordon by KO. No, Thiago Moises' decision. Going to piece him up. We continue. Gabe Green versus Mateus Camilo. Camilo making his debut here. Another Contender Series alum? No. Fought at Tough Enough. I just seen something about Tough Enough. Some crazy stoppage or something. How is bro 501st in the world? Lost to Brian Battle and Ian Machado Gary. Those are honestly decent losses to have. Why don't I remember this? That was 2 years ago. That's why. Bro, Gabe Green. Our last fight was in May 2023. Our last fight was 2 years ago, almost to the exact day. It was over 2 years ago. It was 368 days ago. 369 days ago. 368. I know math. As of today, as of tomorrow, it'll be 369 days ago. Gabe Green, be more active, please. I know you got knocked out, but still, it was 2 years. I don't know who to give this one. I don't know. It's been 2 years since... Holy shit. Probably not Contender Series, though. And, regional MMA is like... You're not always getting the best competition. But Gabe Green was slept by Brian Battle. Brian Battle's got power. He got decision to Ian Gary. That's embarrassing. Decision D-Rod. He beat Phil Rowe. That's actually not a terrible win to have. But I don't really know the guy. I don't remember him at all. So we're going to go with Mateus Camilo. I don't know him either. But we're going to go with Mateus Camilo. He's Brazilian. Probably going to get it done. Maybe by knockout. Gabe Green might be chinny. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about for this fight. We continue. Banger! Banger alert. Julian Erosa versus Miquel Costa. Melquizael Costa. Melky. Good old Melky. You know Melky? I love Melky. Dude, I'm a big Melky fan. I've been a Melky fan. The Andre Feely guillotine choke from Melquizael Costa was beautiful. Picture perfect. Philly should have got out of it, but Costa just put it on him. Costa's been on a good win streak here as well. I don't know why he has to fight Julian Erosa. I want to see him ranked. Julian Erosa kind of chinny. He just beat Darren. Oh my God, dude. I forgot about the Darren Elkins fight. That was him, right? That was Julian Erosa. That fight was awful. That fight was really scary to watch. He took too much damage, I guess, Darren Elkins. I mean, that guy was stumbling. He looked drunk in there, dude. It was really bad. That was actually, like, horrifying to watch. That said, I think Julian Erosa is not that good. So, I'm gonna stick with my boy Melquizael Costa. I'm a big fan. I want to see him get a ranking at some point. How old is he? I feel like he's been around a while. How old are you? He's only 28, entering his prime. Wins over C-Rod, Andre Fili, Nerdum Becky. Dude, lost to Steve Garcia, but 3-fight win streak, 2 by finish. Melky's on it, bro. And I think he's going to finish Julian Erosa as well. Get this man in the rankings, all right? I think he's underrated. I think he's extremely underrated, Melky Costa. Let's go with Melky by submission. Maybe round 2. Julian Erosa is going to tire out. I feel like he's going to come out really confident in round 1 after what he did to Darren Elkins, which was luck. Let's be honest here. Darren Elkins, retire, bro. You don't have it anymore. And then Julian Erosa just put it on him for a round until Darren Elkins. I mean, that, to be fair, props to Darren Elkins for the heart in that fight. That was crazy. He just about died, man. It was really bad. It was bad. But we're going to go with Melquizael Costa by submission and move on to the next fight here. Nursultan Ruziboyev versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Banger. Again. Decent banger. Stoltzfus is kind of a layup, I feel, for Ruziboyev. I don't know why he's ranked so high. 44th in the world on Tapology. I feel like that's insane. I would put Ruziboyev higher. I think he's underrated, man. If he's 44th in the world, I mean, I know his most recent win, but it was supposed to be a arena. Let me collect my thoughts here. A loss to Joaquin Buckley does numbers. That's a phenomenal loss to have. Joaquin Buckley is potential champion material. I want to see him get a championship shot. If he beats Usman, lock that man in for a championship shot against Jack Della Maddalena or the winner of Islam Makhachev. I think it's going to be Jack. I've thought about it. Haven't stopped thinking about it. Islam, I don't know. He's taken that. Bro, Jack is not a 45er. You're taking down 45ers, Islam. I don't think you're taking down JDM, my boy, Giacomo. And I think Joaquin Buckley is a lock for getting a title shot. I mean, that I should have placed a bet. Joaquin Buckley to have a title shot at the end of the year. I'm going so fast because I'm so hyped. I love Joaquin Buckley. Big Buck guy. Big Buck fan right here. Big Buck guy. Right? Love Buck. Need Buck versus Cuck, but I feel that Buckley beats Usman, fights JDM. Cuck needs another fight, and then champion Buckley fights contender Ian Machado Gary. That's a banger. I mean, couldn't write a better storyline, and I just did. All right? So dumb. Anyways. He was supposed to fight Rinat Fakhretdinov. We're talking about Nursultan Ruziboyev now. He was supposed to fight Rinat Fakhretdinov. Got that bout canceled. Was that the same? No. I mean, Rinat Fakhretdinov is a fraud. Got a fraudulent win in wherever, in Abu Dhabi or something, because of, obviously he's an Ov. He's an Ov. Got that fight canceled. Ends up fighting Eric McConaughey. Not a good win to have. Eric McConaughey has his first fight in the UFC. Nursultan Ruziboyev, he's a knockout artist. So I see him doing very well in this fight. You can't hear that, but there's music playing outside suddenly. Stoltzfus, he's a bit chinny. Putting him, honestly, his win over Marc-Andre Barriault is aging like fine wine, but I mean, he got knocked out by Bruno Fajeda. He got knocked out by Abus Magomedov. It's, I think Stoltzfus is getting chinned in this fight. Maybe early. We're going with a Ruziboyev round 1 knockout here. I think it's a lock. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna continue. There's the Ruziboyev by knockout, round 1. We continue. Sadiq Youssef versus Myron Santos. I trusted in Sadiq Youssef because he's really good in the UFC. He was really good. In UFC 4, he was good. That said, that game came out in 2020. And it's Big 25 now. Just came off of a brutal finish against Diego Lopez, I believe. He got knocked out pretty clean. Yeah, knocked out clean, round 1. I had Sadiq Youssef. Why did I pick Sadiq Youssef in that fight, man? That was stupid. That was so dumb. Whatever. I feel like I don't like Myron Santos. Split decision with Francis Marshall and beat Con Ofley by knockout. Had to cut there. Don't know where I was, but Myron Santos, I feel like I don't like him. I feel like that Francis Marshall fight was really boring or a robbery. It might have been a robbery, if I'm honest. I feel like he robbed Francis Marshall. I feel like I remember being very upset about this fight. That was back at Ankalaev versus Pereira. I don't want to talk about it, but Sadiq Youssef, honestly, the Myron Santos does not have finishing potential. He beat Con Ofley by knockout. Congratulations. You beat Con Ofley. Cool. Like, bro, you're not... But Sadiq Youssef is chinny, bro. Round 1 KO against Diego Lopez. Took Edson Barboza to a decision. I remember that fight. That was a good fight, man. But, yeah. We got to go with Myron Santos on this one. Feels pretty clear. I think Sadiq is just kind of washed. He might get a crazy finish, though. But Santos has a good chin on him. But we didn't really see it tested in that Francis Marshall fight. Francis was taking him down a lot more. I'm going with Myron Santos by decision, but it could easily be a Sadiq Youssef win. I mean, he could be on the comeback. Comeback. Sadiq Youssef comeback. He doesn't want to go 0-3 in his last 3. I have to take that into account. His job is on... probably not. His job is, maybe on the line. Probably not, but we'll see. We continue. Adolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. I feel very scared about this fight because Paul Craig has the ability to make any exciting striker extremely boring. And I get it. I mean, nobody wants to get in close, dirty boxing range with Paul Craig because he'll drop and change level and it's over. You've lost by submission. He's extremely good on the ground. Arguably top 5 active UFC fighter on the ground. But Adolfo Bellato, man, he has power. He just fought Modestas Bukauskas, right? And that fight was he did not. He just fought Jimmy Crute in a split draw, majority draw. That was a banger fight, dude. He knocked Jimmy Crute down a couple times in that first round. He's got power. But I think Paul Craig is just... He's so good at nullifying his opponent's attack on the feet. Because again, you have to just jab and straighten, and you can't enter for dirty boxing. No hooks, no uppercuts, maybe uppercut, but Paul Craig he's extremely dangerous. You don't want to get in the clinch. You don't want to get on the ground. I'd be interesting to see how Adolfo Bellato does against him. I think this is an amazing matchup because, Paul Craig can nullify you easily. He'll lose on the feet. Don't get me wrong. He's dog shit, but Adolfo Bellato, I feel like he's early in his career to be getting a Paul Craig fight. What, 2 UFC fights? Beat Ihor Pottieri. I think that was a crazy knock. I remember that. Beat Jimmy Crute. Through Jimmy Crute, but he won that fight. Let's be honest here. He did win that fight. Yeah, I'm going to go with Rodolfo Bellato. He's going to piece him up at range. It'll probably be a boring 5-round fight. And they'll just give it to Rodolfo because Rodolfo landed and Paul Craig didn't. But again, if Rodolfo, say he hurts Paul Craig in the later round, jumps on for the finish, Paul Craig could easily turn that around into a submission. You do not want to go to the ground with this guy, even if he's hurt. I think it's a banger fight, and I'm excited to see it. That's our second banger fight out of 11 fights so far, and our third one is coming up in the main event of the evening. Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Michael Morales on a tear right now, 17-0. Big full violence guy. Michael Morales. Did I say Michael Craig? Who is that? Related to Spider-Man, I believe, the black one. Why did I say that? But he is. So, he's got, I don't know, webs or something. I don't know where I was going with that joke. He's not like Spider-Man. Now we get to Gilbert Burns. Now, Gilbert Burns hasn't been doing that well recently. You look at his fights, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's 4-2 in his last 6. But if you look at who he fought, he's way better than 4-2 in his last 6. He lost to Sean Brady, who's the number 1 contender right now for the belt at welterweight. I genuinely believe he is probably fighting next for the title. Maybe Sean Brady fights Bilal, though. Since Bilal's just off a loss, former champ. We continue. Gilbert Burns' second most recent loss comes to Jack Della Maddalena, where he almost won that fight. He was like a minute and a half from winning that fight, but he got knocked out. Jack Della Maddalena, now champion of the division. His third most recent loss comes to Bilal Muhammad, former champion who just lost on last Saturday, less than a week ago. And then we skip to his loss prior to that, which is two wins, and then another loss against Khamzat Chimaev, who he took to decision. One of 2 people to do that. So, this whole, Gilbert Burns he's washed. He's done. He has just had to fight the best guys in the entire division. The best in the division. So, and then his loss before the Chimaev loss was a championship fight to Kamaru Usman. So, he's not washed. It's not over for him. He's old, and he's not, it's hard to say. He hasn't looked good, but he hasn't looked good against the champion and the number 1 contender and the former champion and the guy who's fighting for the championship, Khamzat Chimaev. And he took Khamzat to a decision again. So, it's hard to say he doesn't look good, even at 38 years old, because the guys he's losing to are elite competition. But Michael Morales, again, he's undefeated, never lost before. Got a finish over Neil Magny. Neil Magny, if you can finish Neil Magny, okay. I don't understand why Neil Magny is this gatekeeper. He's not, the best guy. You finished Neil Magny, okay. So did every other welterweight in the high ranking. It's not that impressive. But he's young. He's got extreme age. What, 10 years? What is it? 13 years age advantage. Gilbert, dude. Oh, man. Plus 550 is insane, by the way. I might sprink on that, just in case. I feel like Gilbert is being extremely overlooked here. But, dude, Michael Morales is so good. He's got every advantage on his side. Everything that you need to win a fight, he has. So I kind of understand him being a big favorite, but Gilbert Burns is a gamer, dude. He almost beat Jack. He was a minute and a half from beating Jack Della Maddalena, who's the now champion. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, my official prediction, Michael Morales gonna get it done by knockout later round, 4th or 5th. But it is also his first 5-round fight. So we do have to see how he goes in a 25-minute fight. We've only seen him prepare and fight for 15 minutes so far in his UFC career. The rest of his wins are not even that good. Trevin Giles, Adam Fugit, Max Griffin, I don't know who that is. Jake Matthews, that's a good win. Neil Magny, that's a decent win. Now he's fighting Gilbert Burns. That feels like a big step in competition, but again, Gilbert's kind of old, got knocked out recently. I don't know, man. I'm going to sprink on Gilbert Burns, drop like a $10 on him, but my official prediction is going to be Michael Morales by knockout. You got to play it safe, right? So that's what we're going with here. Thank you guys for watching this video so much. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Drop a comment on what you think about my picks and what your picks are for this weekend. I think that's it. I think we crushed. I don't really have anything else to say because I mentioned a bunch of stuff. And I'm sorry I was talking so fast. I feel like I'm stoned or something. I don't know. I was running through. I was, you know, I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I already said I said my piece already. Do subscribe though, for real. It does really support my channel. It does help. I'm trying to grow here, you know. I met somebody, they told me 10,000 views per video. That's my goal right now. We're nearing it. All right, we're getting like 30. It's close, man. It's not that far.